I am coming at you after getting home from shooting a video at Franco's gym that he has opened. It opened around August or September. Oasis, and he gave me this super bougie alkaline water to drink. And yeah, we did it was a sit down video. It's going to be coming out probably in I think maybe like a couple weeks. And I just talked about how my years training with Franco have helped me through the struggles that I've had over the past little bit. And it was very cool. I did not cry. I thought I might cry. I wasn't sure, just talking about everything, like how it was gonna feel. And it was just really cool. But yeah, I got a blowout. So the place inside the mall that I said I was surprised they were still open, they closed their doors. I went to make an appointment online and they're like, sorry, we're closing our doors. So I went to another girl on yesterday and she did this. She did a really good job. And she felt like my hair thickness was looking okay, actually. So yeah, and I put a little makeup and we did a little sit down video. So I will link to it once it comes out. It was just a really cool experience getting to reflect a little bit and talk about it. And share what working out with Franco these past years has meant to me and how it's affected me. So stay tuned for that. But I have some news. So I definitely have some news. So I've been vegetarian for many years. And I first kind of experimented, I would call it, with vegetarianism in high school. And up in Santa Cruz, I went to high school in the Santa Cruz area, a little hippie-ish area. And I can distinctly remember going to a couple different health food stores and browsing the aisles and just thinking about vegetarianism back then. And then in college, I definitely was vegetarian in college. I had a couple times when I sort of stopped doing it, back and forth. And then when I met my now former husband, he was vegetarian, and that just kind of resonated that okay, we'll be vegetarian. And throughout raising our kids, we had a vegetarian household. So anyway, I've had a couple deviations over the years from that. And I will also say, as a person and as a human, I don't like labels. I don't like being put in a box. I don't like labeling other people. And I don't like having labels attached to myself. And I also perfect example, I had a pair of Reebok CrossFit shoes, and they were called CrossFit shoes. Everywhere I went in those damn things, people would come up to me and say I did CrossFit. And I just don't want to be labeled like a CrossFitter. I have nothing against CrossFit. I've personally never done it. I have lots of friends who do. But just something about that, it bothered me. And I do wear, I don't know if I can get my foot up in the video. I wear these shoes, which are no bull, and a lot of CrossFitters wear no bull. So I'm back to the label. But I, being vegetarian many years, people would label me. I felt it was a label. They would say, oh, you're vegan. They would kind of throw out the word vegan as, oh, you're vegan, so we need to do whatever. And I'd be well, I'm vegetarian. It's very different. But, because they always say that joke is if, you'll know somebody's vegan within 1 minute of meeting them, because they're going to just talk about it and tell you they're vegan. So anyways, never been vegan, never, just vegetarian. Over the years, a couple times I consider for medical reasons, when Jane was really, really small, we had her do this fish oil, it's called Nordic Naturals, she had some issues. She had issues, sorry Jane. But yeah, to help her development and stuff. She was a preemie. To help her development, she would eat these things. It was a pudding texture, and she would walk over open her mouth like a bird and stick it in. And it was made out of fish. So just like stuff like that. So anyways, this is medicinal. Jane, both the kids are vegetarian and adamantly so. I started eating fish, like, I can't even know how long ago, but I eat kosher fish. So I'm vegetarian, but I eat kosher fish. Jane walked into my house and looked at the pantry. She's home from college and immediately noticed I have this in my pantry, and there's like literally a picture of a cow on the label. So I don't know what label fits a vegetarian who eats kosher fish, and I eat fish like every day, and I now drink bone broth. So when I had radiation, as those who have been with me this whole time know, I lost full taste buds and my mouth and everything was all really ravaged. And I met with a couple different nutritionists over the time that like City of Hope provided, and then like Kaiser and in the hospital. Everybody told me your tastes are gonna surprise you, and keep an open mind. Like things that you might think you don't like try it because you might now like it, etc., etc. So I have been actually craving, and it's a craving like from deep within. It's not like a taste buds craving. It's like a deep within me craving bone broth. Like I don't know that I even really knew what it was really that much, but I've been craving it. And I'm going to tell you in a minute another craving I have that's wild, but I was craving bone broth and I just went with it. And I listened to this podcast called Mind Pump. It's really good. They talk about like weightlifting and strength training, and they touch on like nutrition and supplements, and they're sponsored. They vet their sponsors really well. And the Mind Pump guys use their products. And the one guy, Sal is always the guy who has stomach issues, and he digests this stuff really well. It's Paleo Valley. And so I'm like, I'm just getting the one that Sal likes. So I ordered it, and it's chocolate flavored. He said it tastes like chocolate donuts, like those little mini packs of chocolate donuts. And I don't necessarily get that, but I dump a scoop of that in my coffee. And I strut into court every day with my 2 beverages. I always have my giant heavy bag that's too heavy, so I'm like sideways. And I always have my like to-go coffee cup in one hand, and I have my my like hydrating beverage in my other hand, and that's me coming into court, sometimes 2 minutes late. And now it's like, yeah, it's good. It tastes like a really good, like a elevated coffee house beverage. It's like super good. And the bone broth dissolves best in warm liquids. So I'm like, okay, dude, that's what I'm gonna do. And it instantly digests so well from day one. It digested really well without like a transition period or anything like that. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Vegetarian who eats kosher fish, and I do drink bone broth protein. And then people have told me do the like regular one, and you can put salt and pepper in it, and it kind of tastes like soup. So I mean, like that little afternoon pick me up, I don't know. And I know there's something called collagen, which is different. That's supposed to be like really good for your hair and your skin and your nails, because my nails got trashed from having gels. Long story, they're like awful. They're peeling, they're breaking. This is more like a dietary supplement, and it adds protein. So when I'm drinking my coffee, I'm getting 1 scoop has 13 grams of protein and it's not like replacing anything, it's adding additional protein into my day. So I'm making you guys a separate video talking about eating on a mostly vegetarian or pescatarian diet, getting enough protein, because I hit 100 grams of protein a day, and how it can be done. And this has become like part of it. But I will tell you now, as this video is getting kind of long, my latest craving. I'm telling you, lordy, where do cravings even come from anyways? It's like super insane. I am craving, and a lot of these cravings are things that I've never had or even like thought about, but I have been craving oxtail soup. Why? Tell me why I'm craving oxtail soup. Like, what in the world? So I do know, like, I watch Top Chef, and I think they've talked about it on Top Chef, but like, it's literally the tail of an ox. Like, it is the ox's tail. Like, it's not like a cute name that's like derived from whatever. No, it's an ox's tail. I know that a few different cultures have oxtail soup, and there's like a traditional Jewish version, which is like the Eastern European kind. I'm not craving that kind. And I may have at some point, like, would I have eaten that? Like, I don't think so. But remotely, if I've ever eaten oxtail soup, that's the kind I've probably had, like at a deli, but like, no, probably not. The kind I'm craving is like an Asian spiced one. So walking into court the other day, and I have a Korean colleague he was born and lived like part of his life in Korea. And I said, tell me about like your culture's oxtail soup. Like, I want to know. And he said, it's in a clear broth with ginger. And I hear that and I'm like, oh my God, it's with ginger. I said, do you have it like when you're sick or when you're like healing? And he said, yes. And they give it to new mothers. It's like a postpartum, or like when you just need to build up your strength, or you're like preparing for something. And it's, so after I talked to him, very brief conversation, I was kind of hoping he'd be like, oh, my mom can whip some up for you. Like, no offer. So Doug, 1000% chance that Doug isn't watching this video, but Doug, if you see this, bring me some, call me soup. No, I need like there needs to be like a DoorDash of Korean grandmas that will bring you like a healing, like for postpartum mothers, people would probably pay for that. But anyways, far afield. I just had my bone breath coffee, if you can't tell. No, so I was Googling recipes. I mean, like literally though, I don't know where I would even go to buy the oxtail part of it, but I mean, there's probably like down on Midway in San Diego, I think there's a lot of Korean shops and restaurants. There's probably places that serve oxtail soup, but I don't know if they'd serve, this is sounding like something kind of homey that you'd like, oh, my daughter-in-law just had a baby, let's make the oxtail soup. Like, that's what I need. But recipes seem like pretty easy. A lot of them only have a few ingredients, and it's like a clear broth with a big ol' hunk of oxtail in the middle. And everything I've read says that it's actually incredibly easy to digest because of like somehow the components of whatever. So anyway, this is very much an evolving situation. Stay tuned, to be continued. I believe this is medicine for me. I definitely have always believed like food is medicine, but this is medicine for me. So stay tuned, to be continued. Go Oasis, this is the fit. Go Oasis, alkaline water. It tastes the same as regular, sorry, but it does. I love you all, beautiful people. Really stay tuned to this evolving situation. If there's any breaking news about oxtails hitting the kitchen, and the other craving I had was caviar too. That's a video in itself. I went down a whole caviar rabbit hole. You need special spoons. They're made out of either pearl or gold. So to be continued. I love you. Everybody out there, Jane, who is doing Sorority Rush right now, Eva, who just started watching Severance and is sitting in her apartment in Boston having her mind blown. All my beautiful friends and family, love you so much. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.